Done. All right. Hi guys. Okay. Hi guys, so thank you for joining the live stream session. So we're just gonna wait for a few more minutes, and so people can join, and then we're gonna start very soon. Right, got it. Good. Hi there. Can you hear? Okay. So just text the audio so you can just check, make sure you can hear me. That'd be great. Yeah. We just test the audio. So I hope you can hear my voice. So if you can hear, please reply to the message. If you can hear me. Alright, so yeah, if you can hear me, let me know. And also, if you can hear DX7 sound, let me know. So that's DX7 sound. Okay, okay. What about the DX7 sound? So I just want to make sure that you can hear the DX7s. So okay, all right. All right. Yes. Okay. All right. That's good. Just wanted to make sure. So just get yourself ready. Get a coffee or something. We will be starting very soon. Just wait for a few more people to join. That's cool. All right. So a few more people joined. Okay. Just bear me as I'm just gonna share the link to social media so more people can join. All right. Okay. Sharing group. Oops. Now, if you are joining from America, I hope you guys do you have much damage in your area with that humongous hurricane. If you are joining the Philippines, I hope you your families and everyone's okay. All right. Okay. So I think we're gonna be starting now. We will start now. All right. So you guys, you guys can hear me and the DXMs. All right. Okay. Let's do the tutorial. All right. So thank you for joining this session. This is part 3. So another sub bass, and we probably make a few more sub bass and then move on to different type of bass sound. And now just go through the slides. Sorry. So what we're gonna learn is this again. So basically pretty much the same as previously, I guess previous 2 tutorials. So exploring many ways to create DX7 FM bass sounds, and again we are focused on algorithms because we got 32 algorithms, and so you kind of say, okay, what can you make with one particular algorithm? So it's a simple way to explore DX7 FM synthesis because you just following the 32 algorithm and then just try that out. So, and the tips and tricks for making FM basses, yes, you will learn again. And we introduced the keyboard level scaling, which we will be explore again in this tutorial in a similar way as the last tutorial. So you just get to learn a bit more about that, and just keep practicing. Basically, it's only way to improve your FM synthesis skill is just keep trying it out, different things. So recap from part 2. So DX7 provides 32 algorithms for flexible sound design. Yeah, I can't stress enough. It's the most important part of the DX7 is the algorithms. And you can introduce minimum or maximum harmonic contents based on algorithms. So we started from basic the 32 algorithm 32, and we just gonna move upwards. So we started from very simple to more complex ones. So now so part 2 we explored that the algorithm 31. And we use that for making a sub-bass sound by layering 4 sine waves and 1 FM slow waves. So you got carrier and modulator, so it's operator 5 and 6, and you got the feedback loop on operator 6, and we just basically exploring that algorithm. A decay and a sustain envelope to control feedback. Yeah, so harmonic control can be directly controlled with a single envelope. So in terms of subtractive synthesizer, it's going to be the filter, but DX7 doesn't have a filter, but operator 6 envelope control the frequency modulation. So basically you use that to control harmonic content. Key transpose to get the maximum low end. Yes, we just move the position of the oscillator. And keyboard level scaling to fine tune your bass sound. That's right. Okay, so what we did last time, and what we're gonna do with this time is to again use algorithm 31, and I'll probably have another, maybe one or two, depending on that how what kind of sound that I can teach you to make. So this time again, we're gonna explore algorithm 31. And algorithm 31, so as you can see from this slide, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, that's all 4 operators, and basically additive. So you're just having a 4-layered sine wave. And if to get the maximum low end, we need to have the same ratio, so 0.50, and then you got the sine waves layered together, so it's additive synthesis. And then now it's got operator 5 and 6. As you can see, it's a sawtooth wave using a feedback and ratio of 0.50 and 0.50 for operator 5 and operator 6. So a ratio 1 to 1, and you get the sawtooth wave. Yeah. And so whole 4 operators generate 4 sine wave, right? Yeah. And the one tower with 2 operators stuck to generate a sawtooth wave. So that's what we did. So if you haven't watched the other tutorials, you can go back and watch that tutorial series part 1, part 2, and you can learn a bit more about that. So what we're gonna do is to try and make a square sub-wave, sub-bass using algorithm 31. It's quite simple to make a bass sound with lots of low ends. So yeah, it's pretty simple. So we're gonna follow the similar step. And so this session is going to be a bit shorter than last time because we kind of explained a lot of things in the last time, so we can kind of skip some of the section. But if you like to go back and relearn it, you can go back to the tutorial part 2. All right. So let's get our hands dirty. So what we're going to do is to do the voice initialization and start from scratch. And the reason that I'm doing that is for you guys to just get more familiarized with the different parameters and so forth. So you have you kind of say, oh, I want to make this song. I need to go this place. I need to do this, do that. So you kind of map up in your brain that before touching a DX7. So yeah, when you get to the point, you kind of you got a really good understanding of FM synthesis. So all right. So let's do that. So we're gonna press function button. So the function, and sorry, and the press button 10. Initialization screen appears. It's me, the kid with the DX7. Yeah, Alexander. Yeah, that's good stuff. So I'll just give Alexander sent me a message. Yes, welcome. Please join. So we just started. So yeah, it's so what we're gonna do is to start with a voice initialization, and we're gonna make the DX another sub bass. So with this time it's gonna be square one. So yeah, press button 10, initialization screen appears, and press 1 button. Then the initialization confirmation, are you sure? Yes. And you get to that, the initialization complete. So let's do that. So yeah, first of all, you need to press the function button, brown function button, and press button 10. And it says function control voice initialization, and the question mark, and you say yes, press yes. Or you can slide that, doesn't matter. And then now it's a function control, are you sure? And yes, and it's done. That's the initialization voice. So this is what you get. Now from previous tutorials, you've learned that it only uses its operator 1. So that operator 1's got an output of 99, so maximum output. And the other operators kind of switched off, so that's only you hear it's single sine wave tone. Thank you, Alexander. Says he loves my video. Thank you. It's good to hear that. It's really good. it's really good to get a good feedback. And yeah, put a lot of effort on thinking through this. Okay, each step. I mean, there's tons of tutorial available out there that talk about these things, but I'm focusing on every step, okay, and it kind of explaining logic so you guys can just follow by step and get to the point. And along the way, you guys can tricks and traps, and it says yeah, you can learn more about FM synthesis. So thank you very much, Alexander. All right. So now, once we got the initialization, then what we're gonna do is to change the algorithm. So it's always start with the algorithms algorithm screen. So it's button 7. Now, so it says algorithm 1, and we're gonna change that to 31. So you can use data entry slider, get to 31 or 32, doesn't matter, and just adjust the number to algorithm 31. So that's all you have to do for that. And then we're gonna go through feedback. So just kind of following the button 7, 8, and then kind of skip LFO. If you need to use LFO later on, we can use that, but at this stage we not use LFO yet. And so press button 8 and change feedback to 7. Okay, so we're gonna get maximum feedback, so more harmonic rich tone. Pretty simple. And oops, sorry. And then now, if you press key, it's like, oh, what's wrong with this? I can't hear the changes. It's because, as I mentioned, all the other operators except operator 1 is on. So it's got the output of 99. So that's why you only hear that operator 1, and you don't hear any changes that you make to other operators. So that's the reason why you don't hear the changes. And so that's what we're going to do is next step is that we're going to change output levels of all operators to 99. Okay, I forgot to make changes. It's the operator 6, we can set it at different levels. So let's do that. So what we're going to do is press buttons 27 and use operator select button. So that's like a blue purplish buttons to go through each operator, and you will see that operator 1 has output level 99 and the rest is 0. So we're gonna make changes. So operator 1 to 5 to output level 99, and adjust operator 6 output levels to say 75 is kind of bar mark. You can put it around 80 as well. It doesn't really matter, but you don't want to put it to max. So whenever you have a modulator operator, you want to make sure it's lower than 99. So initially you set it to say 70 to 80. I think I usually, if you got more operator stacking, you kind of put the lower numbers. The reason is that because if you got too much modulation happening from the top, that you are likely to get noise, and it's like you start making noises. Well, I didn't want to make noise. Why it's making noise? So it kind of gives the wrong impression. So you want to make sure to lower the output levels first, and then you go back and adjust fine tune it later on. So that's why I put it says 75 here. Oh, sorry. What's up here? Okay. Very sensitive. What I can't. Okay. So let's go through this output level first. So now press button 27. You can see the output level screen. And what we're gonna do is to operator 1 check 99, operator 2 output level 0, so you just use slider, put it to 99. Yep. Operator 3 is 0, so put it to 99. Done. Operator 4 output level is 0, so put it to 99. Operator 5, that's still carrier operator. So we're gonna put it to 99. And operator 6, so we're gonna put it to 75. Just make sure you're not producing a noise first. So now, once it's done, let's just press a key. So that's the sound you hear. So you can hear that, it's a sawtooth wave, and what you need to do is to change the ratio to make it square wave, and we're gonna adjust envelope and so forth. So we're gonna be doing that. Okay. So far so good. So far so. So good. No, oh, so fast. My keyboard is not working. So okay. All right. So we're gonna move to next section. So that's gonna be the oscillator. So oscillator section. If you look at the button layout, you can see oscillator at the second row. That's the green button. So starting from 17 to 20. So that's what we're gonna be focusing on. Okay. So what we're gonna do is press button 18, and you will see ratio 1.00, and we're gonna change to ratio to 0.50. So basically it's 1.00. So what it's saying is that when you press C1 key, it generates a 440. It's a 442. I can't remember the exact frequency, but that tone. So that's the 1.00. 0.50, that means it's 1 octave less. And if you go to 0.2, that means 1 octave high. So that's how it works, ratio. And press button 1 and change ratio to 0.50. Okay. And press operator select button to see all operator to ratio 0.50 except operator 6, because operator 6 is gonna be a key to make it a square subbase. All right. Let's work on the oscillator. So frequency ratio. Press button 18 and the operator select, go through that. So select operator 1 first, and we're gonna start make changes. Operator 1 is 0.50. Operator 2 0.50. Operator 3 0.50. Operator 4 0.50. Operator 5 0.50, and operator 6. Now that's the key part. So for operator 6, we need to adjust its ratio so that we get a square wave, and it's the way to do that. Now operator 6, operator 5. So if it's a ratio 1 to 1, you get the sawtooth. So this is what we have to do. So operator 1 have to be operator 5 and operator 6. It has to be ratio 1 to 2. So that's how you get the square wave. So operator 5's at the moment it's 0.50. That means it have to be double the frequency ratio. So it's operator 6 gonna be 1.00. So that means we don't need to make change to operator 6, just leave it as is because it's a 1.00. That's the initialization data. So sorry, you don't need to change operator 6 to 1.00 because it's already 1.00. So sorry about the slide. So if you listen to that, so let's press a key. So that's that. Nice simple square wave. So it's kind of a in old days, 80s, we had some really like a basic toy keyboard and stuff, and the electric electronic keyboard, and so that's that. You know, I just produce just a pure square waves. But now that's boring because it's just a square wave, just tone. It's nothing special about that. So we're gonna make it to a really good square, what do you call it, sub bass. Okay, so we've kind of covered the oscillator things. Let's have a look. So yeah, ratio of, so if you got operator 5, ratio of 0.50, and the operator 6, 1.00, and you get square wave. So if the ratio 1 to 2 is, I guess, you know, if there is the ratio 1 to 2, then you make a square wave. So it doesn't matter if its ratio is 1.00, and then, you know, modulator operator is going to be 2.00. It still makes that a square wave. Yeah, simple square wave. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So Fred Turds and sent me a message about simple square wave. Yeah, but understanding the 30 algorithm is difficult. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Yeah. I will do my best. I will do my best to explain those algorithms. Algorithms. So yeah, so I'll do my best to explain you guys how that different algorithm works. Alright, so that's that. So now, so FM tone operator 5 and 6 to generate the FM square tone harmonic reaches sawtooth. Well, sorry, it's not a sawtooth sound. It's a square sound with ratio 1.2. And it's now because this is like organ sound, it just generates the flat tone. There's no changing harmonic over time or things like that. So we will work on the envelope to make the sound more expressive and useful as a sub bass. So what we're going to do is press buttons 21, 22 and use operator select button to see how operator 1 envelope is set. Now from other tutorials you've seen, so every time you do initialization, voice initialization, so the envelope, all operators envelopes gonna come up with everything's pretty much 99 except level 4. So because it doesn't have a continuing, after the key, it sounds it's not gonna just continue. But yeah, from level 1 to level 3, it's 99. So that's what you get. So we don't really need to go into the detail in terms of checking the envelope and stuff like that. But now, so what we're gonna do is to change rate 1 attack and rate 4 release, and rate 2 and rate 3 for removing clicking noises. Now, in the first part 1 of this tutorial series, I explain about the problems of DX7 envelopes. So if you got rate 2 and rate 3 set it to 99, you hear this clicking noise. Doesn't matter if it's you can adjust the output level and stuff, but you hear the clicking noise. I think it's probably there's a bug in that envelopes, and the only way to kind of get rid of that clicking noise is to put the rate 2 and rate 3 lower than 99, like 60, 50 or something like that. And you still have a level 2 and level 3 the same, so it's equal about 99, and then you can remove the clicking noise. So if you want to have a slower bass sound, you don't have a clicking noise, you can remove that clicking noise by setting your envelopes like that. And so what we're gonna do, so this is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna basically just work on operator 1, because we can just copy operator 1 envelope to from operator 2 to operator 5. So that's nice and easy. So we're gonna work on that. So let's select the operator 1. So use the operator select button. Sorry, sorry, we have to press them. Sorry, we have to press the button 21, and we're gonna press button 22 to make changes later. No, we don't need to make changes on that level. So just press button button 21, and now look at operator 1. Yeah, make sure you select operator 1, and we're gonna make changes. So operator 1, so rate 1 is 82, so do that. 82, then you go to operator operator 1, but rate 2 is 55, and rate 3 is 55, and the rate 4 is 70. Alright, done. Now you can't really hear the changes because all the operators on, but you can turn off operator, other operators, and you can hear the changes. Just someone send me the email. Hello and good morning everyone. Yeah, okay, yes, good morning. All right, so operator 1, so make sure you do the changes. So rate 1 is 82, rate 2 is 55, rate 3 is 55, rate 4 is 70. So don't need to touch level, because what we want to do is get maximum, I guess, sine wave output from start to end. So we're gonna make that the flat envelope. Just have a little bit slower attack and have a bit of release. So that's that. And okay, once you've done that, what we're gonna do is to keep pressing store button for envelope copying. So we're gonna copy the envelope. So this is what we're gonna do. So yeah, so operator select. Yeah, operator select. Make sure operator 1's on, and the star, the pinkish button, keep pressing that, and it says egg copy from operator 1 to operator question mark. Then you press operator 2, operator 3, operator 4, and operator 5. There. Alright, so that's done, and that's copying. And what we're gonna do is to adjust the operator 6 envelope with a bit of decay, so we get a more dynamic bass. So how we do that is to, again, select operator 6 and check your envelope settings, and now, so that's right, because we haven't touched the operator 6 envelope, so that's what we're gonna get. So let's do that. So operator 1, so use the operator select button, press again, operator 2, operator 3, operator 4, operator 5, operator 6. So if you press rate, it's 99, 99, 99, 99. Level is 99, 99, 99, 0. So yeah, so that's what you see. That's what you see is what you get. It's just very basic envelope, or you can say no envelope. We will introduce a shorter decay with a minimum minimum square sustain tone. So set level 2 is rate 2 is 48, and rate 3 is 33, and rate 2 80, and rate 3 is 80. So sorry about that. So this is a setting. So now you can see on the table here. So this is what we're gonna do. Now, this is what we came up with in the part 2 tutorial. So late 2 is 48. So what's happening is going up 99, and it's a bit of a decay, and it is a bit of sustain there. So level 8 is, it's kind of it's much lower than that, like say set it to 90 or something like that. All right, so let's do that. So press 21, button 21, and make sure operator 6 is selected. And what we're gonna do is change the late 1 to 82. Now once you've done that, move on to late 2, so press button 21 again, and we put it to 48. Now, when you got a difference between, so you got 99 to 80, so level 1 is 99, level 2 is 80, so there's some difference there. Depends on the gap of difference, you may have to fine tune that, right? Sometimes if you put it, it's a little change can make a quite significant difference. Depends on that the gap, I guess width of the gap from the attack to first decay level. So that's why we put a 48. The late 3 is 33. Now in this case, it doesn't really matter because you got level 2 and level 3 is the same. So that means it just goes flat. So that speed doesn't really affect that. But we just set it 33. If you decide that later on says, oh, I want to have a level 1 99, level 2 maybe 90, and level 3 maybe 70, then you need a speed difference. But if you're not gonna if you're not doing that, it doesn't really matter. And the level 4, late 4 is 70. Okay, so now go to level 1. So you got 99. Level 2 is 80. And level 3 is 80. Done. So, you wanna hear the sound? That's much better, isn't it? That sounds like a square bass sound. Okay, so what we're gonna do is to go back to output level, and we're just gonna focus on operator 6 because that's only one modulator operator, and we're gonna adjust the output of that. So this is what we initially set for the output level. So you got operator 1 to operator 5 is 99 because what you want to have is maximum sine wave output. Now operator 5 is still kind of producing sine wave if you don't really have the operator 6 modulation. So when you have a less modulation coming from operator 6, then you hear more of the sine wave because that's operator 5 is just generating sine wave anyway. So that's how we set. Now adjust operator 6 output level. So is 75 enough? If not, increase the amount. So now at higher notes you can clearly hear the square wave, but lower notes you don't hear much of the square type sound, so we probably need to adjust that. So what we're gonna do is just like last time, in the part 2 we try the 80s and we try the 85. So let's do that. So output, so select output level, so press button 27. Now make sure operator 6 is selected. So if it's not, use operator select button, that Z button Z, and then yeah, make sure it's operator 6. Now at the moment 75, so we're gonna increase that to 80. So that's the now you may think this is too much, but what you have to remember is that you can apply the key velocity sensitivity, control the amount of the square tones that are generated based on the velocity. So you can control that. So you can, so in terms of setting a key velocity sensitivity, I usually put the higher output level and then control the I guess tonal characteristics through the sensitivity. So you may play software and stuff. At the moment there's no keyboard velocity sensitivity set, so we're just gonna set it to 85, and we're gonna make changes to the key velocity sensitivity. So yeah, we're gonna move on to key velocity sensitivity. So press button 28 and use operator select button to check operator 6. As long as operator 6 is selected, that's alright. And now this is the current setting. Output level, you can see operator 6 85, no key velocity sensitivity. And what we're gonna do is to let's just go back. So we'll adjust operator 6 key velocity sensitivity. So in part 2 we said, okay, let's try by one increment. So basically to set it 1, 2, 3, and let's see which one you prefer. I mean, you can put higher or you can put, that it doesn't matter. Only we set it to 3. So let's try that again. So press button 28 and make sure operator 6 is selected. So at the moment there's no velocity, so put the velocity to 1. That's the softest sound. So yeah, you can hear the changes, but just not enough. So set it to 2. Yeah, that's getting better. And 3. Yeah, and if you want to set, you maybe try, you want to try 4. Let's try the 4. So that's that. So for, you can hear that the sound's getting more like a sine wave when you press key really slow, and then that gives dynamic, really good dynamic. And if you press harder, so it's basically the keyboard velocity sensitivity is kind of acting like a filter effect because of directly controlling the harmonic content of the sound. So that's the I guess beauty of FM synthesis. So now we just tried on that operator 6, but what about the rest operator? And I had a kind of what do you call it? Give options doing that. So at the moment you put it, you can put it sensitivity. I usually put it like 3 or 4, but this time I put a 3. And if you put a 3 and you got operator 1 to 5, you know, you may not put it, anything, but if you wanted to put something, and you maybe put it 1, so reduce the volume a little bit in terms of sine wave output. But for the I guess sub bass type sound, you probably want to have a maximum sine wave output regardless of the key velocity sensitivity. And so basically you just control the harmonic content with operator 6, just have 3, so that the volume in terms of output level is pretty consistent, but changing harmonics can be dynamic, so you can set that way. So that's the operator 1 to 5, it's key velocity sensitivity is 0, and the operator 6 is 3 or something like that. So yeah, my preference is more towards the operator 1 to 5 is 0, but if you prefer operator 1 to 5 it's 1 or 2, yeah, you can set it as well. So that's just a matter of preference. Now move on to key transpose. So what we did last time as well, it was to press the button 31 and move the keys. So that's basically, if you press C3 key, you get 1 octave lower sound, 1 octave higher sound. So press button 31 and C3 is a middle key, yeah. And so press a key for C2 and you will transpose to C2. So yeah, so basically it's pretty simple process. So basically just press button 31 and what you see is C3, then okay, I wanna make it 1 octave lower, then you press C2, and then so that the display changes to C2, and then that's set. So let's have a, I think that's, so yeah, so this allows you to play lower notes. And of course you can do the edit and compare, so before changes. Okay, because what we're doing, no, it's not working, is it? Interesting. So what you want to do is press 31 again, and you can always go back to C3. So if you press C3, yeah, so that's that, and you can press again 31, button 31, and press C2. That's that. So yeah, lower notes, particularly so that's, so what I got at so at the moment C2 is a middle key, so if it's a C1 is the sorry, C2, such as C1 is C2 at the moment. That's that, and you can hear that the sine wave. So that you can hear the part of square tone and sine wave. Yes. So it's a really good bass. It's pretty simple. It doesn't have to be all metallic tone. You can make this kind of bass sound as well. So lots of low frequencies. So if you got really good speaker or headphone amplifier system, yeah, you can really hear the difference. And I used to use a really crappy headphone. I couldn't hear any bass sound, lower bass sound like this. So if I made it a while ago, I couldn't hear. I made some bass sound like that. It's like, well, can't really use much because it didn't have bass. But yeah, you can actually hear the bass with a good headphone, monitor headphone and stuff. So which is good. And so just to go through, check this list. So what's like lower notes? Yeah, lots of low frequency, and you don't hear some clicking noises either. So that's right. That's attack tone, not clicking noises. So which is good. We got rid of the noise. And what we're gonna do is to go to the keyboard level scaling again. because if you play higher notes, so yeah, higher notes with the square wave usually get so much harmonics at the higher notes. The lower end, it's pretty gentle. So what we're gonna do is to make the consistency at across the notes from mid to higher notes, that we're gonna get the lower, I guess, square tones introduced in the sound. So we're gonna use a keyboard level scaling. So what we're going to do is revise this the function again, a parameter again. So when you want to fine tune sound at different notes range, from low to high notes, you use keyboard level scaling, and it's you got different curves or linear. So it's lines and curves. Breakpoint can be set with a corresponding key anywhere across A-1 to C8. And you can set individual curves, either lower or higher notes, exponential curves or lines. Yeah, exponential curves. It's hard to control as unless you have like I guess a long key range. So say you may start from C1, but you wanna have something start kicking in from C4, something like that. They use exponential curve. But otherwise, if you wanna try to control that, really how to say tight range, narrow keyboard like a note range, then that line using line probably better. And you can set individual depths, either lower or higher notes from 0 to 99. So it can be positive or negative, depends on the line that curve and the line that you choose, and you basically set the depth. So breakpoint is for easy setting. Pick a center key, then adjust up or down. So easy. CD for this example. That's right. So center point, so because C3 is C2, because we did a key transpose. So we can always do that and then just control that. A left curve, we won't maintain how much sawtooth tones we introduce at lower ends. So we will have positive linear curve, that's right. And exponential can be difficult to control, yeah. So unless you have a wide note range, it's very difficult to control. So my recommendation is to just stick with lines first. And the light curve, we want to introduce so there's now square tone at higher notes, so we will use minus line curve. And left depth, no need to include this. Well, yeah, if you think, and if you want to introduce more, then you're gonna change, lower depths, say 5 to 10 or something like that. But I think because we basically adjusted the amount of square tone using the output level, so we don't necessarily need to use the keyboard level scaling. So you can use either way. So you can control from output level or control from keyboard level scaling. So that's the relationship. So what we're gonna do, and the light depth reduces square tones. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to make changes to that. All right. Oops, sorry. So that's I'm showing this table. You don't need to go through this screens at the moment because there's so many buttons. So you basically press button 23, 24, 25, the operator select, and go through that. It's pretty detailed section here. But what it's saying is that from operator 1 to operator 6, the voice initialization, this is what you get. So breakpoint is A-1, curve is minus linear, so minus line, depth is 0, there's left and right depth. So it's a basic setting. It's not doing anything for the sound. That's the initial voice data, and this is what we're gonna do. So yeah, so what we're gonna do is just focus on that operator 6, and operator 1 to operator 5. Well, it's a sub bass. It's you're gonna have a sine wave, so I'll keep that. You don't if you don't see the need of keeping the tone down at higher notes, just leave it and just control the square tone. So breaking point and light depths will change. And if you want to increase the left depth, you can change that to plus line for the left key scale, and for the left depth can be 5 or 10 or something like that. But when you press key harder, you get enough square tone, so we're gonna keep it as is. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change break point and light depth. That's it. Okay, so now press button 23 and make sure use operator select to select operator 6. So when you have operator 6, we're gonna make changes to C2. So you can use a keyboard data entry slider to find C2. Excuse me. So yeah, I've got C2 and press button 25. Now button 25, when you press for the first time, you see it's okay, light scale depth with the light scale depth. Well, you just have to press the button 25 again and see the light scale depth. So yeah, it's a bit confusing, but just a matter of just pressing once and twice and get the light result. And so at the moment it's set to 0. We're gonna set it to +5. Let's see how that sounds. Okay, +5. So there's a slight change there. So if you want to increase that to 10, and you're gonna start here the differences. See? And if it's 15, so yeah, probably, I mean, I initially suggested 5, but if you want to, have a defined settings, you can adjust that. And there's less of parameters for that keyboard level scaling. We don't need to touch that at this stage. So if that's too much, you can adjust it to say, light scale depth 13 or 12. So I put it to 12. So that's that. So that's the sub bass, DX7 square sub bass using algorithm 31, and we're just going to quickly go to the takeaway. So algorithm 31 can be used for making a sub bass sound by layering 4 sine waves and 1 FM square wave. So that's what we did. It's pretty simple but quite effective. Decay and sustain envelope to control feedback. Yes, we did that. Set key velocity sensitivity for greater expression of square waves. And key transpose to get the maximum low end. And adjusted keyboard level scaling to fine tune low, mid, and higher notes. Yeah. We didn't need fine tune lower end, but you can do that if you like. But yeah, for me that should be enough. So yeah, we just concentrate on mid to higher notes. So that's the square waves. I'm sorry, square sub bass. Yeah. So if you keep pressing the key, you can hear that the sine wave just going. And you can hear teeny tiny bit of the square tone. So which is good. And it sounds like this you can layer with a different bass sound, metallic bass and things like that, and it comes out nicely. So yeah, people use analog bass sound with like digital bass or like a DX7 bass type sound, but you can, if you got DX7 or you got the TX816 or TX802 or TX7, you can layer with a DX7 bass and that, and it just you can make a killer bass line. So that's that. Okay. So next step, staging for more. Yeah. So what's gonna happen is that I usually make the like what do you call it? Not live version, but video version of the this tutorial session and post it next week, and the new content's coming the week after, and so the my intention for the part 4 is probably it's good to share with you guys that I don't know if you watched the what's it called? Got the mental blank here. That's right. Yeah. Blade Runner Blues. The music. The video that with the New York night scene, and you could see the what's it called? The New Beautiful Night New York night scenes. And what we're gonna do is to make that bass sound, so that so that's the part 4 it's gonna be. And yes. So if you guys interested to find out how I made the sound, so I can share that with you guys. So part 4 will be for is plan for part 4 is for Blade Runner Blues. We got sub bass or like a controller bass. So yes, and you haven't really seen a tutorial with LF4 use and stuff like this, so this is gonna be the first one that I'm gonna go through some of the LF functionality of LF4. Unfortunately, that the weakness of DX7 is just because it's a monophonic LF4, it's not a polyphonic, so that's kind of why they make a monophonic LF4. I'm not sure, but yeah, we're gonna make use of whatever functionality we've got. So alright, yeah, so if you guys got question for the tutorial, you can ask. So right, set a question time for this. So yeah, if you guys got a question with this bass tutorial, let me know. So yeah, that sub bass is it's about maintaining a really good low end, at the same time have that wah wah wah, that that kind of slower attack, and they have the vibrato or kind of modulations based on the LFL. So we're gonna do that, and it's got a really nice long decay, and yep, and I can show you how I made that the bass sound. It didn't take me long. It's a matter of selecting right algorithm and just really kind of taking the essence and then making the sound. So you guys got any questions on the this tutorial? My question is not about the tutorial. Okay. What? Okay. So you guys got a question? Modux. I would like to say that you make naturally, and I would like to know what are your thoughts on the Modux. Okay. Okay. What do you mean by Modux? Yeah. Modux. Is it Modux? Modux. Oh, what's wrong with this? I don't want the mode. Sorry, it's auto correction, like auto spelling correction thing. Modux. Yeah, sorry. What's the Modux? The Yamaha Modux synthesizer I meant. Okay. Not sure. Is it a new synth? So this Modux, Yamaha Modux, is that the new synth? Sorry, I don't really follow any new synthesizer, so I'm behind there. I've got DX7. I got JX, Super JX, which I wanna start more exploring, and then maybe have a tutorial and then show the similarity difference in sound design and things like that. That'd be great. Yes, but yeah, I don't have a. Okay. It's FM 8 operator. Oh wow. So it sounds like they took look at Montage FMX and made new synths, new FM synths. Okay, I have to check that. Okay, Yamaha Modix. Yamaha Modix. Alright, how about okay. Modix first impression. Okay. All right. So this Yamaha Modix is I'm not sure. So is that so my extensions is that Montage or like SY77, sorry. Yeah, I got SY77, which you can use that's a wave memory, so that's a sample sound as a modulation source, so you can put the and go through the FM frequency modulation. You can do that. I got the TG77, that's a modular version. So yeah, it could be similar. Could be similar. Yeah. Yeah, I've never heard of it, but yeah, thanks for letting me know. I may go to keyboard shop or something and check it out. Would be great if they can contact me for sound design, but I don't get that kind of invitations. Anyway, I love my DX7. That's what matters to me. Thanks for the info. Yeah. Yeah, it's more simplified version montage. Yeah, probably. So I would say similar to. I would say it's more like SY77. So yeah, I would say it's more like SY77, which SY77 is powerful. I must say. Yeah, but I guess with the montage, I think probably problem is Yamaha is that they are so stuck with the thinking of DX7. We work on the video. Also in chatting, you please don't type your responses unless it's technical term. Do you speed up the flow of conversation? Thanks. Okay. All right. Okay, so if you guys got any more questions, otherwise, yeah, we can wrap up, and I'll have a bit of rest and go to bed soon. But yeah, you guys have a nice day. Some of you live in America. It's gonna be Saturday. In Australia, Sunday. So yeah. So if there's no more question, we can finish. So if you guys all right. All right, you guys don't have any questions, then yeah, enjoy your rest of the day. We're gonna be going to sleep soon, but yeah, and so the next week I will upload it like a formal version of these sessions, and the week after it's gonna be the Blade Runner Blues, that nice bass sound. And that's basically the same sound that I use for creating that cover version of that Blade Runner Blues using DX7 only. That's that music with that New York night scenes. To figure out the DX7 for years. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a good day. Cheers. All right. Thank you very much, and see you guys. And for that, fortnight. So it's not next week, but 2 weeks, and we're gonna go through the Brain Up Blues. And so yeah, you guys know what's coming. So yeah, spread the word. You guys want other people to join, but yeah, yep. So you guys the first one to know. So thank you very much for joining, and see you later. Bye. Bye.